Hello, my name is Brian Warwick, and today we will be discussing installments or budget billing. For customers with financial concerns because of the coronavirus, it is an easy and affordable way to convert your annual program to a monthly budget bill. Offering customers a set amount due each month for services offers flexibility and can improve retention. Most of our customers tell us that they appreciate the affordability and predictability of a monthly budget bill, like your gym membership, as opposed to differing larger amounts throughout the season. Service Assistant 5 streamlines the installment process and allows you and your staff to work from anywhere during COVID-19. So how you create an installment is you search out the customer. So from the front home screen, you can click on the customer search button, or on the toolbar, you can click on customer search. You can search by any one of these fields. You can also do a multi-field search from the top. So if I type in 4,000, tag it, it pulls up that customer. So here is Brian Warwick. You can see Brian is signed up for a lawn healthcare program and a correlation and seating. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the installments button. I'm going to click on a new installment plan. As you can see, this is a step-by-step wizard, and step one on the wizard is filling out some details like the purchase order number, the approval date, if it renews from year to year, if you're going to bill it to the credit card or ACH. When I hit the next button, it shows me the services that I can include into the installment plan. So if I just want to include the lawn healthcare program, I can do that. It'll calculate out the installment amount. I can put in the number of payments. You can see it'll do the average payment amount for me. I can put in the first payment due date. Hit the next button. It'll create the installment schedule, the amounts, the taxes. There is an option with this up button to go directly to the payment screen. So if you wanted to take the first installment, let's say over the phone, and hit the credit card, you could do that. Otherwise, you could just hit finished, and that'll actually create the installments. So you can actually see the schedule, the amount, and the tax right from the installment tab. There is a parameter. So if you access the parameters right from this button, looks like a cog, and within the general setup and financial, there is a button that says post installments during aging. And what this does is this allows us to hit the installment when it's due each month, and it'll actually post it and put a remit balance on their account automatically. So you don't have to do a thing within the software. When you're setting up the installment itself, this button right here, build credit card / ACH, what this does is with this checked with a credit card on file, it'll automatically hit that credit card when you post the installment automatically. And how you put a credit card on file is on their main customer screen. We call it the hamburger icon, where you click on it, you click register for auto pay, you put the credit card information in. It's in a PCI compliant environment, so it's secure, and it'll automatically hit that credit card based on the installment due date. Within the customer screens and job screens, there is an option called billing type. And you can see I'm on the correlation and seating. So I didn't include that correlation seating into the installment plan. So if I wanted to, I could have the aeration seating as a pay-as-you-go. So when you post that job as completed, it could automatically create a remit balance on their account. I can mark it as credit card billing. So after the job is completed, it just automatically hits that credit card for you. Or it could deduct from the bank account with the ACH. So there's a number of different ways that you can bill out customers and individual jobs in the system. On our installment tab, there is an option under the installment detail summary that actually shows you where the customer is at as far as their balance goes. And where this is helpful is if Joe Cusick decides to cancel, how you can do that is if you click on this edit button right here, you can cancel out that installment plan, and then you could actually cancel out that customer if you wanted to. But what this does for you is if they're canceling, it lets you know how many services were completed. So based on the standard price, we billed out $40 worth of services, but the installments billed, we only billed out $34.29. So that leaves an installment balance of $571. Then we got a payment for the installments that were billed for $34.29, leaving a $571 remit balance. So we could send out something to Joe if he owed on the account based on this information if he canceled. You can send out installment invoices from Service Assistant 5. You access that right through the invoice button and then go to installment invoices. On this criteria screen, you can pull up the installments based on due date. So usually it's this month, but you could put in a date range if you wanted to. There's a billing type. So for example, if you did not want to send out an invoice to people that you've already hit their credit cards, you could exclude them from getting an invoice. We also have something called flag codes. And flag codes could be used where if we're going to be emailing out installments, invoices, so certain people might be getting an email, maybe other people want a printed invoice sent to them. You could use this where you could say installments and say email installment invoice. Now that's part of your criteria. When you say get customers, it'll pull up all the people that need an installment invoice. And then there's an email document where you can actually email out the invoices. So that could be one batch. Then I could turn around and I could say without installment invoice. So now we're running this where we're going to actually print out the installment invoices right from this screen. So after I say get customers, it'll pull up all the customers that need an installment, and you have some options here. So if you wanted to just show the installment amount, you could say, I'm not going to include any services, just the installment amount that's due. I could show completed services. I can also show scheduled services if I wanted to. There's different types of invoice forms that you could use. We have a multi-purpose form, which is more of a letter size invoice, and then we have the regular size form, which is more of the legal size. Notes to print. You can actually print individual notes on the installment. So if you use this, this is coming off the step-by-step wizard where you can put in a note in step 1 and include that on the installment invoice. If you had a universal note that you wanted to put in, you could type in that universal note and that would show up on every installment invoice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to preview one of these invoices. So you can check mark the ones that you're going to preview or print, or if you click on this button, you can actually preview or print all of them. So you just click on the preview button. You can see now, I can see my March 2020 charge. You can see the spring wheat and feed, and then you can see the remit balance. We also have an option for installment coupons. So you can run it based on date range where I'm going to print out installment coupon book for the entire year. You say get installments, it pulls up all the customers that match that criteria. And this is what an installment coupon book could look like. And with the form that you purchased from Real Green, it's perforated. It makes it easy for the customer to keep a copy for their own records and then be able to remit back to you each and every month for the installment amount. If you're using the installment or the invoice to leave at the property after the service has been completed, what you're doing here is you're communicating what was completed on the property. You're putting upsells on there. And what it'll do is it'll say today's total is contract. You can include previous balance. So if they did not pay the previous month's installment, that would show up on here. And then that'll show up on the payment stub also. On our realgreen.com/impact, we have a website that is really devoted to giving you the latest info on COVID-19 and how it impacts your business. We're giving you industry updates, government news, helpful links. If you want to know where COVID-19 responses are affecting the lawn care industry, NALP offers the best resource right here. So if you open that up, it shows it state by state, and it actually shows you what the government or the governor has for restrictions. Also, Beth Berry is having a daily Facebook Live on COVID-19 response updates. And she's doing that every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern. You may view all video updates on our Facebook page. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.